Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Good to see you out there. Thanks for tuning in. And this channel has an educational mission, and that is to turn you on to things that you otherwise wouldn't know about, but things that are important, especially can revitalize you in terms of your spiritual, mental, and physical health. This is a segment that we have called the Q-tip of the spear, where I look at the InfoWar, the cutting edge of the commentary or coverage of the InfoWar. And a lot of this is based on different podcasts that I've seen over the last day or two, and or at least heard. And as you would know if you watch this on a daily basis, that I have kind of run out of interest in the InfoWar. I'm quite convinced that the Patriots have won and are kind of just like playing with their food, um, while the average catatonic, not paying attention public is gradually informed about what's actually going on. This info war is going on, but very few people actually know that. People are accustomed to seeing war as a war, but this is fifth generation war, which means that it's uh, mostly to do with intelligence and information and a lot of psyops and fake news and hoaxes and you know and that is one of the reasons why I have really stopped paying attention, because a lot of it is just kind of an insult to my intelligence, and has can have the tendency to kind of black pill you or really demoralize you, because you're just watching pure idiocy out there. And sometimes uh, the the various things that you see on your screen are so obviously fake that and staged or reenacted or whatever you want to call it, that I just can't. So instead, I feel like the best thing to do is to redeploy yourself and get yourself ready for the next phase, because the next phase is going to be the implementation phase of the agenda. And the agenda is not worthy of being implemented at this point, because the Patriots' agenda is polluted with a lot of deep state residue. Your old belief systems and uh, your understanding of history and your understanding of ritual, religion, values, heroes, um, holidays, diet. Um, these things are all totally wrong. They are all part of psyops that you haven't dug up yet. The psyops go all the way back to Adam and Eve, you know, um, but a lot of patriots think that they just go back to the 19th or 20th century, the Federal Reserve, or the 1871, you know, um, submission to uh, corporate government, or mostly not back any further than that. Um, you know, and so they're missing all of the ancient psyops that they are victims to at this point. And so I encourage you to start red pilling yourself. Start trying to figure out your own, dig on yourself instead of on the deep state. Try to figure out what you are, you know, subject to. Scrutinize your belief systems, in particular, and in particular, your religious books. They don't stand up to scrutiny. And you can watch hundreds of videos on this channel if you want to get, an understanding of that perspective. So instead, I've just kind of been watching sports and hoping to get some of the comms out of that, mostly the World Cup, a few ancillary items as well. But so yesterday, two powerhouse teams who are both on the United States side of the bracket were upset. Um, and I just kind of got done watching a bunch of European soccer analysts, discuss how they're so embarrassed over the Netherlands and Germany losing and how these countries have just collapsed over the last 20 years. Now, especially Germany, I think this is the third consecutive World Cup that they didn't even, the last two they didn't even get out of the group stage, and now they got out of the group stage only because it has 32 teams instead of 16. Um, or yeah, I think that's right. And so Germany at least played better than Holland, who just got worked by Morocco. And so this is interesting because the United States totally destroyed Paraguay, and Germany just lost to them. So there's a lot of different issues going on. There's this penalty kicks. That's just, it's a lottery, you know, and it just seems pretty arbitrary way to decide a game. Um, I would prefer to just do sudden death, just keep playing till somebody scores a goal. I don't know what, and then allow a couple extra subs or something, you know. And I don't know, people might say, "Oh, it could go on forever." Yeah, well, that that's a I think that could be a good thing. Now, I wouldn't want to do that like in in just domestic play, or but at the World Cup, where the stakes are at the very highest. So, and things open up for Canada a little bit as well, so because otherwise they were, I think now they play Morocco, and I mean Morocco is opposed to the Netherlands. Morocco completely deserved to win that game anyway. But so, we're just talking about this in terms of, is this going to be rigged for the home team, for the USA? It seems like it, again, I'm not into, you know, the suggestion that all sports are completely rigged down to the finest detail. That that to me means that I want to watch it even more because these people are better actors than you get at the Oscars or whatever. If that's the case, if it's all rigged, but with soccer, you can kind of rig up results very easily with penalty kicks, calling penalties, giving out red cards, um, fluky goals. You know, you can easily affect the whole game with one or two people. I think even easier than other sports. Um, so they might be just kind of knocking down the powerhouses right now. So the U.S. kind of has a real easy path to get into the later rounds. Now, if France loses, then you definitely start smelling a rat because um, that you know that's going to be another team that the U.S. has to get through to make it into the semis, I think. So um, it's all pretty interesting, and it's all part of the info war. There's definitely, because the U.S. is their reputation is being rehabilitated by this tournament. All the messaging is all of these people coming from all over the world that now, oh, we are completely. Um, impressed by America and Americans. We've been propagandized to think that, people here are that this is going to be horrible, a horrible tournament. It was a bad idea to give it to them and stuff like that. But it looks like there's kind of a love affair going on between um, America and all of these tourists that are here from like every country, um, from all over the world. And it doesn't seem to matter where they're from. The Scottish seem to be the darlings, but then there's also the Cape Verdeans, this tiny island off the coast of, I guess it's several islands off the coast of West Africa, where they speak Portuguese, and there's some good there's some good music out of there, Cesaria Evora, um, and also Democratic Republic of Congo. There seems to be a huge contingent of them here, and um, it's I think it's good, especially in a place where we're getting the reputation that we just kick out all the immigrants or whatever. But it's kind of like, well, if you're legit and you're here to, you know, spend money or have fun and be positive, then we like you. If you come here to start grifting and you start defrauding the country, the people, then we don't want you here. And it's all very interesting because um, it's just the results on the soccer pitch are very uh, indicative of all that too. Both Holland and Germany, they're lacking in the cohesiveness that they used to have. The kind of nationality cohesiveness or cultural cohesiveness, and some of these Europeans that were hand wringing on the commentary shows about these two losses were just like, you know, these people are not patriotic enough to be playing for us. They're not willing to like give up their bodies and just go 100% at it. Um, and that's what you need in the World Cup. And but the African nations and the South American nations, that these people are local to or indigenous, um, they do have the patriotism now. So it's like these third world teams, Paraguay, Morocco, and all of the African teams, especially Cape Verde. These people have a serious patriotic advantage. They really have a higher level of commitment than I think some of these European teams, which are declining. Germany, Holland, Italy didn't even make the field. These places are all beset with immigrants, and I'm not even putting it on them. It's just, it's even if you consider that to be a good thing, it would still be part of the growing pains of the transition. Okay, like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute, and come back tomorrow for another episode of the Q-Tip of the Spear. Thanks for tuning in today, and have a wonderful day.